I just can't. That was very emotional. Well, I guess it could have been more emotional. I'm not in tears. But, those are my only words that I can come up with for this episode of Orphan Black. The fact that Evie, I hate her. She's so irritating. And of course, she tells Cosima, or she shoots Kendall, and then she tells Cosima, oh, by the way, I'm gonna kick you while you're down. Delphine's dead. Why would you do that? Why? You have no soul. You're stupid. It's interesting to see Susan Duncan almost playing a good guy. We've had this thought that she's such a bad person because she created the clones, the Leda clones anyway, and now she's actually trying to do something good. But the fact that her words actually lead up to the following scene of competitors, her and the Neolutionists, yeah, that figures. I have no other words besides the noise I made at the beginning of this. Sucks because, you thought Ira was behind kidnapping Kendall, and it wasn't. So seeing him attempt to kill himself because he knows that Susan doesn't care about the Castor clones as she does for the Leda clones really hurts, considering he'd like to be alive. He's not like his brothers. He wants to live, and she doesn't seem to care. She doesn't get it. So that kind of sucks. Interesting enough too, since Evie's very manipulative and what's the word I want? Manipulative is not the word I want. Sneaky, double-faced. Something like that, that she pulled the bot out of Sarah's mouth, and it's like, oh, well, you must have done something to it because it almost exploded, blah. So that's interesting to see what would have happened if Cosima wasn't there. It's kind of cool that it's out of her mouth. And I also kind of like the fact that they showed Beth again. They showed more of that storyline, how she kind of led up to her death. Specifically, besides of the video of her in this wig and she leaves and then she comes back. How that kind of, plays into that the audience can see what that is going on, but while that's also most present day. That's kind of cool. What else? I don't know, actually. I'm just very all shaken up because this is almost like a season finale. That's what this felt like. It almost felt like a season finale with all the twists and turns and fire and killing and all this stuff. So knowing that it's not is actually, knowing like the plot thickens. I always say that after all the episodes, but knowing that it's not the finale is that how are we going to continue the storyline? Also funny that Felix and Crystal, of course, meet again, and he's like, oh, you're right about this stuff. If he put her, if he didn't keep her in the dark, I think she would have been freaking out, but she would have got it. She's naive, and she's very vulnerable, but I feel like you almost need to know what you're up against. You need to know you're not alone. And in this case, it might be beneficial to her. Obviously, they still want to keep her in the dark, and she's very, what? Scotland Yard? I thought that was in Scotland, not in England. And she's very spaced out, but I don't know. They should have... Seeing her progress with this idea of clones would be interesting. What else? I don't know. I'm glad this isn't a finale. That's all I can say, because that was pretty intense. So I look forward to the next one as usual.